A very good morning, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And we continue to take a look on what's happening in the nation without fear, without favor. Advocate Adv Mahere had an opportunity to respond to Daniel Garwe, and she said, and we need to critically review and take a look on what really happened.
Kutukwa musatye kutukwa ndo zvatakapindira muofisi kutukwa. Ukasatukwa hauna zvauri kuita. Saka musatombotya zvekunyorwa pasocial media. Hazvina basa. Kunyanya hama dzedu dzinobva kuopposition community. Mune muchitukwa newenyu. Wakafanana naFadza Mahere hazvina basa rese. Imi itai basa rekuti unozonzi. Itai basa rekuchenesa guta renyu nekuti ndo zvamakatsidza paoath. Makati hongu ndinozvigona ndichange ndiri kansera weward 5 muHarare ndichange ndichiona kuti vaGarwe muHarare vari kuwaniswa zvese zvavanoda iri kunzi nana mazvinafundo minimum service delivery standards.
So this is something which is very, very interesting, because when you look at Advocate Adv Mahere, you look at Daniel Garwe, these are two different characters. Daniel Garwe is not a nation builder. Advocate Adv Mahere, no matter how people might disagree with her on other things, but she is a nation builder. She is one of the few people holding ZANU-PF accountable. So when we look at Advocate Adv Mahere, she is a lady or a woman who carries authority when it comes to the issues of politics. She's actually commanding a lot of authority based on how she can confront each and every situation within Zimbabwe, especially in our politics. So this is very, very interesting, and we need to take a look on the critical issues and try to examine them and understand the reason why she has been attacked unprovoked. Even if she is quiet, even if she's not doing anything, you see, or you find people like Rana Garwe, you find them coming to actually attack her without any provocation. And this is very serious. This is a very, very important to us. So when you look at Advocate Adv Mahere, her political power, it lies in, formally, she's not in parliament, she's not in government position, she doesn't have any authority. She's just a citizen and a lawyer. And even though she does not control any state institutions, she does have an ability to shape a public discourse and also to demand accountability, to mobilize citizens, and to make sure that she conscientizes each and every person, especially the young people of Zimbabwe. That is one of the most important strengths which she carries. She can conscientize people. She can do things the unthinkable. Whatever which ZANU-PF might think it can't be done, she'll be doing just that. So that is one of the strengths of Advocate Adv Mahere, which a lot of people will acknowledge. So morally, intellectually, if you have those two gifts, a moral gift and an intellectual gift, then you have the capacity to control situations. And that is the reason why you see people like Daniel Garwe running around. So as a lawyer, Advocate Adv Mahere is speaking with legal expertise. She's an expert in constitutional law. What it means is every time she speaks, she's grounded in facts, actual facts, real facts. How should the government function? That is power. That gives the intellectual power and intellectual authority over these ZANU-PF charlatans. So morally, you could see that you can't find Advocate Adv Mahere doing sinister things, doing other things which are normally done by ZANU-PF people. So when you're arguing with her, you would see that her arguments, morally, they are sound. Intellectually, they are also sound, and they are based on the rule of law. It doesn't matter who you are. Her arguments, they are based on the rule of law. She's highlighting constitutional breaches. She's highlighting corruption. She's highlighting misuse of funds. And Daniel Garwe sees that as a threat, sees that sekutukwa, but she'll be honest. So ZANU-PF does not want people who speak truth to power. ZANU-PF does not want people who expose whatever which they've been doing. So when you're dealing with people like Advocate Mahere, she's somebody who understands public communication and visibility. She knows how to communicate with the public. She knows how to be visible to the public. So when you're dealing with somebody who is highly skilled, you always have to resort to insults. That is the reason why Garwe can't stand Advocate Fadzai Mahere with facts, but will come with insults. When she's asking how the government is failed or the city council has failed to avail water, to make roads better, to provide services, they respond or resort to insults. It's because they failed. They can't communicate to the public. So on social media, she's commanding a very, very huge following. The youth, women, men, both ages, both classes. You can talk of middle class. You can talk of everyone. They are talking about how she's robust against this system, even though she's not in parliament. So that is something which is very important, and that then makes them so angry. And one other problem of Daniel Garwe is he's somebody who attacks people according to gender. He doesn't believe that women can do things better. They see women as objects. That is the biggest problem with ZANU-PF people. They use women. That is what they see women as within ZANU-PF. So when they see other women in other quarters and other sectors coming out robustly, opposing their charlatanism, so they then try to objectify those women. So she's so articulate when she's criticizing. She's so articulate. She resonates with what Zimbabweans feel, say, think, and that is far-reaching because internationally you could recognize Advocate Fadzai Mahere. Diplomatically, you will see Advocate Fadzai Mahere, and in every social network or civil network, you see the name popping up each and every time. That does not sit well with ZANU-PF because they want women who are objects. So ZANU-PF, they are actually sensing external pressure. Yes, the voice of Advocate Fadzai Mahere is creating a lot of pressure, a lot of tensions within ZANU-PF because she's an eye-opener. Even those within ZANU-PF, their eyes are being opened wide. She's defending human rights which a lot of women within ZANU-PF have never experienced. And that is, so great. That is the reason why you see Garwe will always resort to insults, will resort to other things, charlatanism, and so forth. So we can talk of Advocate Fadzai Mahere's parliamentary role. She's not in parliament, but she is actually criticizing the government, holding the government accountable more than those who are in parliament. Even though there are limits to power, she's actually doing a great job because when you say ZANU-PF responding to you, just know that you are powerful enough to make their house go into chaos, and you are causing a lot of disorder in terms of whatever which they've been planning and doing. So the bottom line is Advocate Fadzai Mahere is very, very powerful. We can sense it from the statements of ZANU-PF, the attacks of ZANU-PF from ZANU-PF each and every time when you see them speak on social media. It's about Mahere this, Mahere that, Mahere this, Mahere that, Mahere this, Mahere that. It's because she's so powerful, and that is great. So this is it. This is what is happening in Zimbabwe, and I love the response of Advocate Fadzai Mahere. She tells the truth as it is.